Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. And I have a very, very exciting topic to discuss today. As you know, the National Football League, the NFL, is right around the corner with regular season games beginning in a little over 2 weeks. And we're in the middle of preseason right now with the defending champions, the Chiefs. They played their second game yesterday against the Lions. And in that game, one Patrick Mahomes had the audacity to complete a behind-the-back pass. First I've ever seen that in the NFL, to Travis Kelce for a first down. It was a really spectacular play, ladies and gentlemen. And it got me thinking about a topic that I wanted to do a video on for a very long time. It's about this whole discussion about Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and who is the best QB of all time and who is the GOAT and all that. In my estimation, Patrick Mahomes is already the GOAT, and I'll break it down for you very quickly in this video here. As you know, Patrick Mahomes is now entering his 7th season as a starter. He has played 6 seasons as a starter. In those 6 seasons, he has been to the AFC Championship game every single year. He's made 4 Super Bowls, won 3 of them, won 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He's won 2 league MVPs, also won 2 passing titles, and also an NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. So there has never been a more decorated player to play in the first 6 years of his career. And if you look at his numbers from a statistical standpoint on a per game basis, he's number 1 basically across the board all time in everything except completion percentage, which he's right up there. He's top 10 for sure. But in terms of yards per game, passer rating, all of that, he dominates the all-time list. So the Tom Brady crowd, the Tom Brady fanatics, they have now taken this argument to a different level. They do not want you to bring up regular season accomplishments. So they have only said it that Patrick Mahomes cannot surpass Tom Brady because Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. So I'll break it down for you and show you why that's very folly. And it's a fallacy perpetrated by these Brady fanatics. Okay, so let's look specifically at their performance in the playoffs. As you know, Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, right? And he also won 5 Super Bowl MVPs. And this is not to demean Tom Brady in any way, because Tom Brady is a great player. He is a great player. He's just not in the class of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has now won 3 Super Bowls and 3 Super Bowl MVPs. So he's 2 MVPs shy of Tom Brady, and he's 4 Super Bowls shy of Tom Brady, right? But let's look at their individual contribution in those games, right? In the history of the playoffs on the all-time list, Patrick Mahomes is 2nd all-time in completion percentage, ladies and gentlemen. The only person ahead of him is Nick Foles, who has not played a significant amount of games. So you could basically say Patrick Mahomes is number 1 in terms of completion percentage in the history of the playoffs. If you look at passer rating, he's also first at 105.8, which is incredible. He's first in completion percentage and first in passer rating in the history of the playoffs, basically, except for Nick Foles, who supersedes him in completion percentage. You look at Tom Brady, on the other hand, he's 21st in completion percentage on both sides of the ledger, both in completion percentage and passer rating. And what is striking about Tom Brady's numbers is that it falls from the regular season to the postseason, whereas Patrick Mahomes' numbers, they get better from the playoffs when the playoffs come around compared to the regular season, which is incredible to think, right? Tom Brady, his fans don't want you to know this. He won 2 Super Bowls combined against the Rams, where in those 2 games, he threw a combined total of 1 touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right. As a matter of fact, his last Super Bowl that he won against the Rams, the team scored 13 points. So what you do realize there is that during his first 3 Super Bowl rings, Tom Brady was a complementary player to that great defense. You can look at the list and see all the Hall of Famers, all the Pro Bowlers that he played with, from Ty Law to Willie McGinnis to Richard Seymour to all of them. Rodney Harrison, Junior Seau, all of them, you know what I mean? But if you look at Patrick Mahomes now, Patrick Mahomes won 2 Super Bowls playing with 2 of the worst defenses of all time. Last year he had a good defense, but his first 2 Super Bowl rings, those defenses were not great defenses, ladies and gentlemen. So you have to take that into consideration. And then the next thing I want to ask the Brady crowd is this: if rings was the only thing that you use to determine GOATship, so to speak, then why aren't Terry Bradshaw and Troy Aikman mentioned amongst the very greatest quarterbacks of all time? Nobody mentioned these guys as being top 5 quarterbacks, even though they have 4 and 3 Super Bowls respectively, and they do have regular season MVPs. So nobody considers them amongst the top players of all time, right? So why is that so? Because people realize that their individual performance while being good to great, it was not the defining factor in those teams. Those were very well balanced teams that had very complementary players, right? When you look at the Chiefs, you cannot say the same thing about the Chiefs. You could say, sure, he's had the GOAT tight end, or one of the greatest tight ends of all time, Travis Kelce, for the entirety of his 6 years. But if you look at Tom Brady, he also had Rob Gronkowski. He had Randy Moss for 3.5 years, just like Mahomes had Tyreek Hill. And outside of that, he also had much better defenses than Patrick Mahomes. All of his first 3 Super Bowls were won with top 10 defenses. And I think only once in his career he's not won a Super Bowl with a top 10 defense. You look at Patrick Mahomes, only one of his 3 Super Bowl rings was with a top 10 defense, and it was last year. So this fallacy that Tom Brady is as good as Patrick Mahomes is just idiotic in my mind. It's very idiotic. You look at the numbers in the playoffs. Let's talk specifically about the playoffs, because that is where the Brady fans want to stick and say he has 7 Super Bowls. The individual numbers does not say it, because Patrick Mahomes' numbers are way better than his individually. And in terms of his contribution to the team, it says Patrick Mahomes is better because he's won the Super Bowl MVP every single time that the Chiefs have won, whereas Tom Brady has not done that. And there have been multiple Super Bowls where Tom Brady's numbers have been very minuscule and his team has still won. You could never say that for Patrick Mahomes. Every time Patrick Mahomes' teams are going to win, he has to put them on his back. So that is my thought on the thing. If you like this channel, please subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up button. And leave us a comment as well, because we like the interaction. So that's it and all for today. Thank you. Until we speak again. Peace out.